You're crying for these asses that you're never going to plow or are never going to plow you. You know why? Because you're an unpaid cheerleader.
Go off, Delta!
Straight men in jerseys at games are cheerleaders. I am so tired of this vitriol that comes from this hyper-masculine world that men do not belong on cheerleading squads. I guess there's a couple of teams, national sports teams, that have added male identifying people on their cheer squads. And there are so many fans of these sports teams and other sports teams that are so upset. They just can't believe that there would be men on cheerleading squads. Why? Why are you worried about it? Do you know that cheerleading for sports teams began like in the 1800s and it was all men on these squads? Women didn't even start appearing in cheerleading squads until the 20s and 30s. What is such a big deal about having a very athletic group of people cheer for a team? This is coming from the same people who are always bothered when there is a band. They always pick on band members. Oh, it's so lame. It's so tired. It doesn't need to be here. Why? What's the big deal? You know who the biggest cheerleader is? It's men who have other men's names on the back of their shirts that go to football games and buy $20 beers and scream, "Ah! My boyfriend is running across the field in skin-tight pants and I can see his jock strap." You don't think you're a cheerleader? You don't think you're the one? You're paying money to go watch other men tackle each other to the ground and give each other concussions. And you don't think that that is cheerleading? You don't think it's cheerleading to cry at the end of a football game because somebody didn't get to win a bejeweled ring? Somebody didn't get the trophy? Somebody didn't win the Super Bowl? And you think that people who are getting paid to be cheerleaders because they are men, that that's somehow weaker than you? You know what's weaker? Paying money to go watch somebody else to cheer for them and cry for them, and you're not even getting paid for it. You're a cheerleader. You're soft. You're the one we need to talk about. I just saw a guy on TikTok who was drinking a Starbucks cup with all of his Starbucks modifications on there, talking about that he doesn't like to see flight attendants that are men. He said, "I don't want to see a male flight attendant. I want to see them go pour some concrete." Well, what are you doing, girl? Honey? Girl? I see you with your oat milk latte. Who's soft? The person who's out there making coins to keep you safe? I don't want to hear that. I'm so tired of that. Oh, I throw dust at these people. I don't even pay attention to these male flight attendants. Why? You should. They're out here making money. You want them to go pour concrete? I dare you to pull up how much money nationally flight attendants are making and how much money people who pour concrete are making. And I'm not knocking anybody for pouring concrete, but I'm saying if you're going to go dollar for dollar, health insurance to health insurance, safety to safety, stop with all that. It's so tired. No one's impressed by it. No one thinks you're more masculine because you have dirt underneath your fingernails. That's good. You worked hard. We're great for you. But nobody thinks that your dick is bigger. Nobody thinks you have bigger nuts. Nobody thinks you shoot a further load. No one is so impressed by you. Those are not the markings of what makes someone a great man. Ooh, look how many people I got pregnant. So what? You know who else gets people pregnant? Cockroaches. Cockroaches get other cockroaches pregnant. No one is impressed by that. You know what is impressive? Paying your rent, feeding your children, paying your bills, wiping your ass. We talked about this before. Some of you men out there, you're not opening up your cheeks in the shower. You're the same ones that are complaining about these cheerleaders. I only want to see women cheerleaders. Why? Because you think that the women cheerleaders out there are just there for you to, I don't know, rub your nuts in between plays. That's what you see. That's why you like that. You think that they're only there for that. You don't even have the wherewithal to understand what you're doing and what you're saying. That this sport, and it is a sport, cheerleading is a sport. Whether you want to believe it or not, just throwing a ball from one end of a field to another is not the only sport. It is hard work. and it should be admired. And the dedication to the skill and the mindset and all of that should absolutely be respected. But you, by laughing at these male cheerleaders because it's such a problem for you, why? I think you know why. Because you want to fuck. Because you're embarrassed. Because it turns you on. If it didn't bother you, and if it wasn't that big of a deal, you wouldn't be saying anything. But you're so mad. You can't believe it. You can't believe someone would be doing that. Why? What is the big deal? I fail to understand why you cannot just admit that it is in fact not that big of a deal. You keep making it a big deal. You sit on the sidelines. Oh, this is disgusting, while you're drinking beers and going, oh, yay, Jose Canseco, or whoever's playing the game, whoever's, yay, the fridge, yay, whatever these sports stars are, whatever their nicknames are. I can see their jockstrap, and you can too. And that's why you're watching. You can't tell me you're all watching because you love football so much. You're watching because it gives you some softcore porn. I guarantee it. You nasty bitch. And you know who doesn't have the wherewithal and who doesn't have the nuts and who doesn't have the fortitude to admit what it is? It's you. It's you. The rest of us are over here going, oh, yes, girl. Oh, yeah, they are lovely on the field. Absolutely. We love it. And that's okay. You can look at a football player and go, oh, yeah, he's hot. And you can look at a cheerleader and go, oh, yeah, well, that's a guy, but oh, well, he's doing a great job. Yay for the cheerleaders. Yay for the football team. Now let's go home. But you get so caught up. You're so nervous. There's so many layers to this. Are you turned on? Are you embarrassed? Do you know that you could never, ever achieve what the male cheerleaders are achieving? You could never achieve what the male flight attendants are achieving. And you know what you never, ever, ever could achieve? What those football players are achieving. They don't care. They don't care. They're the ones out there making their coins and slamming their heads into the ground and getting brain damage. You would never do it. You couldn't do it. You have to live vicariously through them. That's why you play those games, the video games. You're like, oh, look at me, I crashed a car. Look at me, I'm living this life, that life. You could just go live life. You don't have to do it in a video game. You could go live life. You could go fight in the war. You don't have to go, look at how many people I killed in a video game. Well, if you're all that and you're doing all that, why don't you go out and show us how many people you can save? I thought you were manly. I thought that's what that was. I thought you weren't worried about that. All these people are weaker than me. Well, if they're weaker than you, why are you talking about them so much? Why are you so concerned? You're the cheerleader. You are the cheerleader. If you're going to go pay a couple of $100s for a jersey with somebody else's name on it, and then you're going to sit on the sidelines and scream their name, that sounds like you're a cheerleader. If you're going to go somewhere and wear matching outfits with other people to cheer on a team because those are the team's colors, you sound like a cheerleader. If you're going to go pay for $15, $20 beers, ice creams in a hat, banners, you're going to buy all this stuff, that money is going to go directly back into the place that pays the players to play there for you to watch and cheer on. You're an unpaid cheerleader. How does that not process? Why is that so scary to you? Just admit it. Just admit it. Two things can be happening. You could just be a loser who is not athletic and could never, or you could be Miss Puss. And you could just be sitting there watching going, I get to watch these asses pound around in front of my family and nobody knows. They think I'm just drinking and cheering and crying because I love this sport so much. No, you're putting a tear in your beer and crying for them, dear. You're crying for these asses that you're never going to plow or are never going to plow you. You know why? Because you're an unpaid cheerleader. And it makes you feel good to shit all over these other people. Stop shitting on everybody. Leave everybody the hell alone. Mind your own business. Go take up a sport. Go play flag football. Go play fag football. Play something. Go play with your balls. Go play with somebody's balls. Go get your head slammed into the ground and get brain damage. Do something. Stop making fun of male cheerleaders. Stop making fun of male flight attendants. Get up off your ass and mind your own business. Sick of you. I'm so sick of you. That is so tired. You know the world's blowing up, right? You know everything's falling apart. And all you're doing is worrying about this. You still picking on people? What, did you peak in high school? You think you're so cool because you put your wraparound sunglasses on the back of your head? No one's impressed. Because you can drink more beer than somebody else? Because you can pick a fight? You look so stupid. It looks so stupid. It looks pathetic. And you look like an unpaid cheerleader, but you'll never admit it. You'll never admit what you're doing. You're cheering, you're paying for, and you're crying for men running around in Lycra right in front of you. You're not even getting paid for it. Everybody else is. Everybody else is getting their coins. Where are you? Sitting on the sidelines, cheerleading for people that don't even know your name. Fuck out of here. Do you want to see me take a break? Because I want to see me take a break.